There is a mystery in the universe that many people overlook. We spend our days working, planning, thinking, analyzing, and worrying. We hustle to make things happen, to control outcomes, to manipulate circumstances so they turn out the way we want. Yet, the irony is that the greatest power we hold does not come from force. It comes when we learn how to let go. It comes when we allow ourselves to surrender, to step into the unknown, to rest. You only have to sleep, and the universe will put everything at your feet. This is not an empty promise. This is a law, a principle, a truth that governs the unseen forces of creation. Why is sleep so powerful? It is because when you sleep, you enter into the timeless space where the conscious mind steps aside. In your waking hours, your conscious mind is filled with memories of the past, doubts, fears, and conditioning that limit what you believe is possible. You think of who you were yesterday, you recall your failures, you anticipate future obstacles, and you define yourself based on your history. That is why life feels heavy, why progress feels slow, and why desires remain unfulfilled. But when you close your eyes at night and drift into sleep, something miraculous happens. The door to the subconscious mind swings wide open. The field of infinite intelligence begins to speak. The universe whispers to your spirit, and in that stillness, creation begins. Think about this. Every great transformation, every quantum leap, every healing, every breakthrough starts not when you try harder, but when you allow yourself to step out of the way. Your body repairs itself when you sleep. Your cells regenerate, your mind reorganizes, your heart rate slows, your energy field recalibrates. If your body knows how to heal itself without your conscious effort while you are asleep, then why would the greater intelligence of the universe not also arrange your circumstances, align your opportunities, and attract to you the exact people and events that are in harmony with your desires? You do not have to force life into alignment, you simply have to rest in trust and let the field of possibility do what it was designed to do. Consider how many times in your life the best things came when you weren't striving for them. The call you didn't expect, the chance encounter that changed everything, the door that opened after you stopped knocking on the wrong one, these are not coincidences. They are the evidence of a universal intelligence that knows more than your limited conscious mind. When you sleep, you are handing over your small, narrow vision and giving permission to that intelligence to rearrange the pieces on your behalf. And when you wake, you will find that the universe has already been working while you rested. But this principle goes deeper. Sleep is not just physical rest, it is symbolic. It represents surrender, detachment, release. It means stepping back from control. Many of us are addicted to control. We want to know when it will happen, how it will happen, who will help us, what will stand in the way. We rehearse worst-case scenarios, we analyze endlessly, and we fill our minds with noise. And yet, it is precisely this noise that blocks the signal from the universe. Imagine trying to tune into a radio station while blasting static at full volume. You will never hear the music. When you sleep, the static dissolves, silence enters, clarity returns, and in that silence, the universe delivers. You only have to sleep, and the universe will put everything at your feet. That means you have to learn the art of trust. Trust is not passive. Trust is an active decision to believe that unseen forces are moving on your behalf. Trust is aligning your inner state with the reality you want to experience even when you cannot yet see it. When you sleep, your brain enters frequencies that allow imagination and reality to merge. The subconscious mind cannot tell the difference between what is vividly imagined and what is actually experienced. If you go to sleep rehearsing fear, you will wake to a reality filled with fear. But if you go to sleep rehearsing gratitude, joy, abundance, and love, you hand the blueprint of that reality to your subconscious, and the subconscious delivers it to the universe as an instruction. The next morning, you begin to see evidence of that new reality taking form. This is why your last thoughts before sleep matter. Your final emotions before closing your eyes are not just fleeting feelings, they are seeds planted in the fertile soil of the subconscious. Those seeds germinate during the night. They grow roots in the unseen world, and in time, they sprout into the circumstances you call your life. So if you want the universe to put everything at your feet, you must be deliberate about what you give to it before you rest. Plant gratitude, plant peace, plant joy, plant the image of yourself already living the life you desire, and then release it. Go to sleep with faith and let the universe handle the details. We have been conditioned to believe that effort is the only way. Work harder, push more, struggle longer, but that is the language of a mind trapped in separation. The universe operates in flow. Creation is effortless. The stars do not strain to shine. Rivers do not force themselves to flow. Flowers do not struggle to bloom. The earth itself rotates without resistance. All of nature demonstrates this truth. The greatest outcomes come through harmony, not through struggle, and sleep is your way of entering that harmony. It is your way of stepping into alignment with the effortless flow of the cosmos. Now imagine this. While you are asleep, your energy field is communicating with the quantum field of infinite possibilities. Your thoughts, emotions, and intentions are broadcasting as frequencies into that field. The field responds by drawing into your orbit the exact conditions that match those frequencies. This is why inner work is so vital. If you go to bed filled with bitterness, anger, or despair, you are sending those frequencies into the field, and the universe will mirror them back to you. But if you go to bed with gratitude, forgiveness, and faith, you align with a reality where blessings are inevitable. And when you wake, opportunities will appear where once there were obstacles. Doors will open where once there were walls. You will encounter people who carry the answers you have been seeking. It will feel as if life is conspiring to help you, because it is. You only have to sleep, and the universe will put everything at your feet. This does not mean you abandon responsibility. It does not mean you sit back in laziness and expect everything to appear. No, it means that your greatest responsibility is to align your inner world and then let the outer world arrange itself accordingly. When you wake, you take action from a place of inspiration, not desperation. You move with clarity instead of confusion. You speak with conviction instead of fear. You live with peace instead of anxiety, and from that state, your actions are powerful, efficient, and impactful because they are synchronized with the intelligence of the universe. Have you ever noticed how tired you become when you live in stress? Stress is the signal that you are trying to do life on your own, disconnected from the infinite source that sustains everything. Stress is resistance to what is. Sleep dissolves stress. Sleep reconnects you. Sleep is the doorway back to the truth that you are not separate. You are not abandoned. You are not powerless. You are a part of the infinite, and the infinite moves mountains for those who trust it. Think of all the nights you lost sleep worrying about how something would turn out, only to discover later that the problem resolved itself without your intervention. The money appeared. The answer arrived. The situation shifted, and you looked back and wondered why you had wasted so much energy worrying. This is the proof. The universe was already at work. You only needed to rest and let it unfold. The same principle applies to every area of your life: health, relationships, career, purpose. The more you trust, the more you rest, the more you align your energy, the faster the universe organizes itself to deliver. This truth is not only practical, it is deeply spiritual. Sleep symbolizes death to the old self and rebirth into the new. Every night, you lay down the identity of who you thought you were. You release the roles, the masks, the stories, and in the morning, you awaken renewed, reborn, refreshed. What if you lived each day as if everything you desired was already being assembled while you slept? How differently would you carry yourself? How confidently would you walk? How peacefully would you love? How joyfully would you live? You would no longer chase life. Life would chase you, because you finally understand that you are not the doer. You are the receiver. You are not the one carrying the weight. You are the one allowing the universe to place the blessings at your feet. There is nothing mystical about this. It is the natural law of resonance, like attracts like. Energy attracts energy. The state you fall asleep in becomes the reality you wake up in. And if you master this, if you make it your practice to align with gratitude, peace, and vision before closing your eyes, then sleep becomes your most powerful spiritual practice. While others exhaust themselves with worry, you will rest in trust. While others burn out through force, you will rise in flow. And while others chase life, you will find life chasing you. So tonight, when you close your eyes, remember this truth. You only have to sleep, and the universe will put everything at your feet. Let go of the struggle, release the worry, plant seeds of gratitude and vision, trust the unseen intelligence, rest in the silence. And when you wake, step into your day knowing that creation has already been unfolding on your behalf. The universe has already moved pieces you cannot see. The path has already been cleared. The blessing has already been arranged. Your only task is to walk forward with faith, receive what is given, and live as though the universe has already delivered, because it has. The moment you begin to surrender to this truth, your relationship with life begins to transform. You no longer see your existence as a constant battle, as though you are climbing a mountain with no summit. Instead, you begin to see yourself as a participant in a grand symphony where every note is perfectly timed, where every instrument plays its part without conflict, and where your role is not to conduct the orchestra, but simply to listen, to harmonize, and to trust the rhythm. Sleep is the bridge between your limited perception and the infinite wisdom of that symphony. It is the interval where you stop forcing and start receiving, where you stop controlling and start allowing. There is a profound humility that comes with sleep. No matter how powerful you think you are, no matter how much money you make, no matter how much influence you hold, your body will eventually demand rest. And in that moment of surrender, when your eyes close and your mind softens, you realize you are not the master of life. You are part of life itself. This humility is not weakness, it is the key to strength. Because when you recognize that the universe itself is far more intelligent than your small mind, you can finally step aside and let it guide you, and in doing so, you find that everything you thought you had to fight for is already being delivered, piece by piece, at your feet. When you truly embrace this principle, even your waking hours change. You carry with you a calmness that others can feel. You walk through challenges with grace, because you know that the solution is already on its way. You speak with kindness instead of desperation, because you know there is no scarcity. You dream with boldness, because you trust that your dreams are not fantasies, but previews of realities being woven together for you. The stress that once ruled you begins to dissolve, replaced by an inner stillness that no circumstance can shake. And people will look at you and wonder how you live with such confidence, such peace, such ease. They will think you are lucky, but you will know the truth. You simply learned how to rest in alignment with the intelligence of the universe. Even science confirms what spiritual traditions have always known. Sleep reorganizes your brain, strengthens your memory, heals your body, and resets your emotional state. If your physical body can achieve so much restoration without your conscious involvement, then imagine what the infinite intelligence that governs galaxies, stars, and the beating of your heart can do for your life circumstances while you are resting. This same intelligence that causes the tide to rise and fall, that spins planets in perfect orbits, that paints sunsets across the sky, is the same intelligence that is listening to the frequency of your soul. And it is always responding, always arranging, always placing before you the next step, the next opportunity, the next blessing. The truth is, the harder you cling, the further things slip away. But when you let go, when you relax into sleep, when you trust, everything comes rushing toward you. This is the paradox of creation. The less you resist, the more you receive, and so every night becomes not just an end to your day, but a sacred ritual. A moment where you align your heart, release your fears, speak your gratitude, and then step into the silence of sleep with the certainty that the universe has already heard you. And when you rise in the morning, you do not question whether it has worked. You live as though it already has. Because faith is not hoping it will come. Faith is knowing it already belongs to you. You only have to sleep, and the universe will put everything at your feet. This truth is as simple as it is profound. And once you embrace it, you will no longer live as a beggar of life, but as a receiver of grace, a participant in the endless dance of creation. In conclusion, the greatest miracles are not born out of endless striving, but out of surrender. When you learn to trust the process, when you allow yourself to rest, when you close your eyes with gratitude and faith, you step into harmony with the infinite. Sleep is not weakness, It is power, it is alignment, it is the silent doorway through which the universe delivers blessings beyond imagination. You do not need to chase what is already destined for you. You only have to rest in trust, and life itself will rise to meet you. Remember this truth: you only have to sleep, and the universe will put everything at your feet.